What we're looking at this week is for the stand-up is the arm drag into double leg. Some cool kind of details that we're going to go over for the arm drag. How we traditionally look at like setting up the arm drag is something where they have a hand on your shoulder. You swing your arm inside, you go here, drag the arm across. And those are great setups, and actually great drills for setting up the arm drag. However, I think what we need to do is we need to look at just like a little bit more of like the realistic setups for arm drags. So if I start to work to get to inside position here, and my partner here is trying to get inside position on this arm, I want to actually make this difficult for him. I don't just want to have like a kind of a race of us just keep going back and forth. So as he's swimming through, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be putting a lot of pressure on the inside of the elbow. So I do that as I start to push down here. This makes it so that you can see, so that like the top of the fingers here are just barely getting my bicep. So again, I get this inside position because he's going to work it. I want to make sure it's really a challenge for him to get this inside position. He might get his fingers there, but it's not going to be difficult. As soon as I'm here, this is a great position. I'm going to slide my hand down to the wrist as my other arm is swimming through for the back of the tricep. From here, as I pass the arm across, I'm going to step in. 1, grab the far knee. 2, grab the inside leg here. Step up, I drive forward, pick up the legs and take them down. Make sure you're clearing that back leg. Not what I did. So again, I have inside position, you start to go here, I want to push down. As soon as I have that solid pressure, I can slide and go to that arm drag. Step in, 1, 2, boom, I start to drive it forward here, pick up the back leg, and follow it down. So we can kind of tie in a little bit of the stuff that we worked on last week. Should be really good, and this is just a great setup.
1.
All right, guys, so what we're going to work on this week is a lot of stand-up passing and over-under passing. So we're going to start off by looking at is just being in this closed guard position and again, just breaking open the feet here. It's always difficult from this closed guard position. If you stay in this closed guard spot and you're kind of stuck here, this can be very frustrating, and he's got a lot of control. So what we really want to work on is just making sure that we have this down before we start to like progress. But just really working on just breaking the feet open here. So again, I'm going to be grabbing the belt, grabbing the pants, grabbing the inside, right at the inside of the pant here. Boom, 1, 2, elbows in tight. Now I'm pushing down with a lot of pressure on my partner's hips here, center of my knee, and as I start to back up, I want to make sure that I'm rounding my back. Now, the first thing that we're going to look at, very simple, is just the bullfighter pass. As soon as I'm here, as soon as I have the legs open, I want to stand up. I want to get to a position where I've got a little bit more, again, just more dominant position. From here, I'm going to grab on the inside of the pant legs, right below the knee. This is important. I grab high on the leg. He can swing his legs all over and get me. I grab low on the leg here, right? I can definitely control him all the way down to the mat. So from here, as I start to drop, bring my legs back a little bit, I want to make sure that I'm putting solid pressure down here on the legs and on the mat. So that way, the more he's trying to lift his legs up, the more that I can do. I mean, it's really not that effective. From here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to hop off to the side. So I get my shoulder down in the mat here, cut my arm through, and I can end up on the top here. This is a great technique, very effective. And I know, a lot of very, very talented jiu-jitsu practitioners where bullfighter is one of their only stand-up passes. Next thing we're going to look at is, again, breaking open that guard and then looking at the over-under. So again, I center the knee here and I break open this position here. A lot of my game is more geared towards this over-under position and starting to set this up. What I want to do from here is, if you're in a great spot to stand up, it's perfect. If, however, you're noticing that he's leaving this opportunity for you to step over, I always want to go for something like that, okay? I always want to make sure that I'm getting a position from here. Now, it doesn't matter. If I'm here, it's even easier for me to pass. I can set up a very simple over-under, 1, 2, here, legs down, and pass. If I happen to just step over and he brings his knee high, that's more of what we're going to look at this week. We're going to look at the Faria, more of like the Faria sort of setup here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm swimming my arm under one leg, over the other, and I'm controlling. If I can control the belt, that's ideal. What we're going to look at for head positioning, I'm going to have my head a little bit lower than how we normally taught it. Now, that's actually really important. If my head's up high, he can scoop and center. If my head's down low, he doesn't have a lot of strength there. Now, the other thing that I want to do is I want to drive forward. Driving forward is so important because from here, it's really pinning down his leg and just making it so challenging for him to do anything. So I'm putting a lot of pressure down. From here, hopping up and over for the pass. 1, 2, controlling the legs. I can step over right into the mount, or I can just slide over into side control just by kind of passing the leg through and backstepping a little bit. That's going to be primarily what we're going to look at this week. I think it should be a really strong class. Again, just kind of honing the fundamentals and incorporating what we looked at last week. I think it's great. This should be it, guys. Thanks.